because it's a new feature.
What? And I get to test it out?
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
Let's see. Hopefully, I can get this to work.
Do I need to probably sit still somewhere so I don't we don't get like tagged or
No, no. Let me turn down the volume on it. No. No, none whatsoever. Oh shoot. Okay. Well, maybe that's not going to work because I think I just turned it off. Oh well. I'm gonna have to go on it by myself so I can work out all the kinks.
Okay.
That's fine. But at least it did connect, and it was up for like a fraction of a second. All right, now let's see. It's telling me something happened. You have trouble streaming to Instagram. If you ended it, like expected, did not continue to try anything else. We're gonna end it for right now because. Let me make sure I don't remove you. Okay. Okay. It's a brand new feature. This is something that I've been wanting to be able to happen because Instagram, you could go live on their application, but they were very guarded as to other apps being able to stream on theirs. You know, kind of like what StreamYard does now, where you go to StreamYard and you can go ahead and go live there, and it'll send you to whatever platform you choose. So it will allow you to pick, like, for example, I could be doing this on YouTube like I normally do. I could also do it on my Facebook page. I can go live on that, and then it allows me to pick. This was new. You got Twitch, and I think Twitter or something like that. That it'll allow you at the same time. That's why you see some live streams where you're not seeing any comments, but they keep coming up on the person's live stream, is because they're doing that. It's called simulcast.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
I know. But it was a nice feature that I was trying to do, because one of the things that I've been gradually working on is kind of bringing some of the people that are on Instagram over to YouTube, and then vice versa. So because I have decent followings on both ones, but they're not always the same people. It's always like a different group of people. And I was hoping to be able to kind of start seeing, because for some reason you can never get the people on Instagram to come to YouTube and watch. They're very reluctant. But they still want to find out what's going on. So it was I was going to try that, because on Monday I have Raul, who's also has a lot of followers on Instagram. So I was kind of trying to figure it out so that maybe we can, kind of share it for the people that follow him on Instagram can also participate. But it's still in the works. I haven't done much with it. I was going to test it right now, but apparently, if there's a way that I got to be able to turn down the volume on Instagram so that I don't get the echo, because we would be hearing ourselves twice. So, but anyways, Fernando, thank you so much, sir, for taking the time and accepting my invitation to come on for an interview. Yes. So for those that are just joining in, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and your channel name?
Oh wow, put me on the spot. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm Fishion Tanktics. I love fish. This is my vision. I have tanks, and these are my ticks. The way I set my tanks up. I guess that. So what's going on is right now I'm moving stuff around, and we're trying to figure out where I'm going to put all my tanks at. So I don't have lights on most of these. I'm using light from natural light from outside, but it's dark outside. I don't know why I pointed outside, but yeah, that's usually what I'm doing. And my tanks are set up in places where, like over here, when the light comes in, it'll hit these places for a couple of hours, a day, enough to do what it needs to do. Some of these tanks that I have don't have anything in it, maybe some shrimp or something in it. I have some baby Florida flagfish in a couple of these smaller tanks here, just like 2 gallons, and trying to get them to eat that algae and stuff in there. This one over here just has a shrimp for right now. Getting that one ready for a different project. Uh, but yeah, I don't have any lights on right now. I don't have any. This is why I don't really like to show. I can't really show my tanks during the day because I have my boys. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I got my PhD, professional house dad. But yeah, so that's essentially how I have to set up my tanks is to use the natural light sources. So these aren't on, and I have different ones in the back. Like we got these back here, and we have our hamster Peanut in here now. But I have my axolotls here, my two babies in this back room. Oh, excuse me. Jeez, look at me. Over here thinking everybody can just see it. I have one here.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you can probably see. I'm really bad at this, everybody. I got to figure this out. I don't know how to switch it around.
What are you doing in those planters? Are you just growing plants, or they're actually like little ponds?
Shh. No, I'm just kidding. These are this is peppermint.
I'm spoiling the secrets.
Yeah, this is just peppermint, and
okay.
yeah, moving everything around and oregano aquí.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got different things going on. Everything's moving around. Like I said this week, because my wife is off for vacation. We're moving stuff around to get things settled for, I guess, hopefully a permanent stay. Yeah, this is our house. We own this house. I know I rambled off from tell me who you are, but this is essentially people got minimal time about during their day to learn about me. But let's go downstairs to the tanks.
All right. Oh, that's not all. Okay, since you said tanks, how many tanks do you think you have?
Oh my God! See, I don't think, and I always forget because I just added a new. I got the 1, 2, 3. The bowls count? Bowls don't count.
Yeah. I count everything that holds water and keeps life.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness! Well, let's just go here. I'm not even going to count them. So I got these. This is my Scud tank here. This is the tank that was outside. Now some of these tanks I got from Hippie John. Anyone remember Hippie John?
Yes.
So some of these tanks I got from him, and his fish they got put into other tanks with my other fish because when I got them the last time, it was during the winter. So I needed to put them in something quickly. So I couldn't keep them in his tanks. His tanks took a long time to go back over there and pick up. So I don't know why I told you that. But anyway, some of these tanks, this tank was left outside. And what I did was nothing. Just let the rainwater just take over. And essentially, I ended up with scuds and what I used to, I guess, feed my fry. Guess whenever I get fry, I'll put some of these little tiny baby microscopic bugs and all that little goody stuff from in there. And I see them just munching on it. That's what I use that tank for. There's nothing in it except the scuds and blood worms. There are some blood worms. I don't know. You probably can't see it.
Okay.
But like right up in here, there's like this tunnel where this blood worm comes up.
Okay. Are they the ones that'll come up like a third of the body and then they'll start waving in the water column?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but also my black worms do that too. I have black worms in some of these tanks, and they'll just come up and just start waving around. I caught some of my fry just like attacking what I thought they were trying to kill themselves, and they're just down there trying to get the little black worms that are just sticking up out of the water.
Yep.
So anyway, here's some more. Here's another tank here. I can't tell you. Oh my goodness, look at this. I don't even know what I'm doing, guys. And I can't see the chat
like I do. I just let them get all jungled out.
Yeah, exactly. My tanks are I call them nasties sometimes, but they remind me of nature, and that's to my vision. That's what I like. I know what I see. So essentially, as long as I'm seeing that the things are thriving, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
At least to my liking, and it's working for me. Oh man, this light is pretty bright, huh? But this one right here, this is the housing. Where am I at? This one here is the old it's a shoe. It's a plastic shoe container, and I ended up using that for the little baby axolotls that I had this past year.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it right now. I just essentially just put some of my extra plant clippings in there. I do have in this bucket here. I'm not gonna. This bucket here. There's nothing. There's so I have pink neon zebra danios in here,
Oh, okay.
and I wanted to put them in here with to eat up some of all the little bugs I had in there. So they essentially move around. I love these guys because I'm gonna tell you, I got these from Roxanne and Brian, and I've had them for I think probably about 2 years now, right about 2 years, and they've gone from inside to outside. So they've been ponded outside twice, 2 years, and they essentially just go from tank to tank, just clean up little things. So I kind of like them because they're pretty diverse in that way.
Oh, nice.
Here in this back room,
Man, there
1,
isn't a
2,
single
3,
place.
4. This one here is another. It's just another scud culture in here. It's one of them containers that you get from Home Depot.
Yes.
I think it's a 21 gallon or no, not 21 gallon, something like 12 gallon or something. Probably less. Don't let me lie to
Yeah.
you. You probably can see him. You know. I'm
Yeah,
an
it's a little bit smaller one. I think it's
So-
about 12 gallons for that little small tote.
Yeah.
I know because I've looked at them for growing out fry and stuff like that.
Phew. Yeah, that's essentially where the fry went when I found some in the summertime in the big pond that's outside. So I got the big pond that's outside also. But then here's my other culture over here of black worms that I have. That's probably one of my oldest. And here's my 20 long. I have some chocolate plecos. I know I haven't even told you guys what was in some of these tanks, but some of these tanks, there really isn't much in there but guppies. And you guys all know about guppies. Nobody wants to hear, oh, I got guppies. Yeah, okay, bud. Yeah. So they're essentially just guppies in there. But this one here has got some chocolate plecos. I love those. I got those from Brian and Roxanne. Most of this stuff I got from Brian and Roxanne. And some of it from Hippie John now. But also some black coolie loaches, and they always stay hidden. And I have some Synodontis rupturus, but they're all hidden in there. And here's one that came out. I don't know, you might not be able to see it, but sitting right here, up under that sponge. I'm not good at seeing what's going on, guys. So
No,
Mississippi State. Just kidding. Does anybody have any questions and stuff they want to say? Man, I just go rambling on. I've never done this.
Fine. Like I told you, there is no formal format to what I do or to my madness. It's just, like I said, we're just having a conversation. You can talk about anything you want to talk about, stuff, it doesn't matter. There is no format. I really do appreciate. I wasn't expecting to get a tour, and this is kind of cool because I've been looking at your channel and I get to see some of the tanks, but I've never seen exactly where they're at.
Yeah, and I think I said something to Primetime Aquatics. I think on one of his channels says he's got the ugliest fish room. Probably maybe one of them, but I'm gonna tell you right now, mine is probably one of the ugliest. It's even uglier than his. So I think it beats his pretty top notch. Hey, the CPDs came out.
Oh, nice.
Well, sometimes people like to see them, but they don't usually come out unless they're hungry.
Yeah, you can see them swimming around. Have you been able to breed them?
Yeah, they do. They do breed, but I'm not gonna try to catch the eggs and do all that good stuff. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm one of those people. I don't know terminology, and I get terminology wrong all the time. So don't expect that. This isn't Alex over here. But if I like more in person, you'll kind of see more of I mean.
You're kind of like when, I guess now I've more intentionally or purposely tried to breed stuff, but for the longest time, I was leaving the tanks alone, and whatever bred and was raised, a lot of the times you would only get 2 or 3 fries, but for me, that was perfect.
Yeah.
because that meant that the environment was good, conducive for them to be able to reproduce. And then I had a couple of new ones, that would make it. I know a lot of the fries were probably being picked off, but at least whatever survived, you knew was going to make it to adults. So, and that's for better part of a year and a half since setting this up is the way I was running most of my fish room. At, maybe at the beginning of the summers where I started um, purposely pulling eggs and trying to breed them. Okay, that's not true because the cories, all my cories, I have always pulled the eggs out. Well, not always. The first time I saw the cories eat them, and then I realized that I couldn't leave them in there, so I started pulling them. And I had a 10-gallon tank that was Neoparadina shrimp, sherry shrimp, and I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to put these eggs in there to see what happens because I know shrimp are cleaners, and I didn't want to use chemicals. I try to use as very little chemicals in my fish room. Um, so I threw them in there, not really expecting to get anything in return. And I don't know, it must have been like a couple of weeks later, all of a sudden I'm kind of just doing water changes and cleaning the glass, the front panels off the aquarium. And I could have sworn I seen something just kind of like streak across the front, but I didn't catch what it was because it was, fast and tiny. So I'm sitting there looking at it and I go, I'm trying to figure out what it is. And I start paying more attention. And sure enough, there was a bunch of little cory fries that were already free swimming and that were going all around there. And I was like, oh, cool. So it turned out that the shrimp did not eat the eggs. And the cory eggs are hard enough where they won't be able to eat them. They'll clean them. Or they'll pull away whatever was fungused out. And then you get a bunch of cories that are hatched. And that's how I've been able to obtain all the cories, all the albino cories that I have in my fish room have been through that process. I tried it with angelfish fry. Don't do that. I mean, with angelfish eggs, the shrimp will eat the angelfish eggs. They're not as hard. You can actually take your finger on a cory egg and squeeze it up against the glass and it'll roll. And I also found out that doesn't work with angelfish eggs either. You'll bust them real quick.
Oh,
So I've
no.
learned from trial and error. But I thought it was real interesting though that I was able to take the eggs from the cories and found a true easy method for me to be able to hatch them and not worry about adding methylene blue or anything like that. And I probably won't get as many as if I put them in a tumbler or do a different method. I'm kind of a keep it easy, keep it simple, kind of person. So that worked out for me.
So am I. That's why I want less maintenance on least maintenance possible on my tanks. I think I actually in saying I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're
Were you
good.
done?
No,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah,
I'm done.
that's kind of why I think I might have some some of my tanks probably don't have enough fish in it, to be honest with you. I like to put more fish in it, but lately, my time has been taken by life, the kids.
Yeah.
And so no, that's just to kind of add to what you were just talking about. Yeah. I want my tanks just to kind of take care of themselves for a little bit and let me drop by and give them little snacks here and there from
Okay.
KJ&E and Crayfish Empire.
Yeah, Keith just showed up right now.
Okay, well, there you go. I feed them, the little snacks here and there, and I also have the grindle worm culture. So got a lot of that. So I've been feeding my fish a lot of that also.
Yeah, I recently started getting into that, and as a matter of fact, I was doing something with Jason Aquafont. We did a little collab where we were talking about foods, but I guess something happened that I don't think he's going to be able to use that footage. So I don't know if we're going to go back. I don't know if the project got scrapped completely or we're going to go revisit it. But either way, I thought it was a 2 hour long stream when we really started not knowing how long it was going to be. That's, and we just got to talking and it was actually, I thought it was excellent. I thought it was a really good episode, but it's one of those things, I guess, where it just wasn't in the cards because the audio, I guess, was real echoey and chop it up and broken up. And I know Jason was a little bit frustrated with that, but we'll probably at a later date go back to it, or maybe we do it something live. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, live foods are something definitely that I started incorporating into my fish room. Especially if you're gonna intentionally try to raise fry. It's something that I wasn't doing before.
Hmm.
And since the goal now is to try to raise as many fry, I that's where you do
There you go.
find yourself that you have to have the means to be able to feed them, because I could easily let them go, and the same technique that I've always done, but the difference is instead of having maybe 30 or 50, I'll end up with 5, you know. So I'm learning a lot about live foods. Excuse me. I'm learning a lot about live foods and the benefits of live foods. So, but yeah, I'm definitely sold on raising uh, your fry on live foods and conditioning your fish for breeding.
Yes, I miss my cichlids. The cichlids I used to have when I had in Memphis. I mean, I Tioga, the Demostheny, the OBs. What was a couple of the larger ones? I'm kind of rusty on all the names now on those because I'm not into the those cichlids right now. But I'm gonna tell you, I used to love feeding them all the live foods around, like the larvae from wasps or whatever. I just take them; they're just hanging around the house. I just take them and put them in there, and well, they just eat them up. That's what that's.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching cichlids, like big fish like that eat live foods. I think it's good enrichment. It's great enrichment.
Yeah, it just, I guess it just triggers something instinctually in the fish. They're conditioned to in the wild to be by that certain movement of whatever's in the water. It just triggers them, and it makes them go after whatever it is you're putting in there. So I've been learning a lot. Like I said, right now, um, the only fish that I'm really focusing on trying to reproduce and breed are the angelfish. Um, and
I
it's
love
funny
that.
because everybody says, "Oh, they're so easy." I'm gonna call bullshit on these people. They have not been easy for me, uh, but I haven't been properly set up for it. It is pretty easy. I think it's going to be the same case with most fish. If you have the adequate setup, it does make it a lot. It makes a big difference. If you're set up for breeding, then yeah, I can see a lot of this stuff being very simple. But for me, that wasn't set up to purposely breed stuff. It's been a learning curve. I've been learning a lot of stuff. I've been watching a lot of content from other YouTubers and learning their tips and their tricks to do that. Um, I've got buckets full of water trying to grow out infusoria. That just going
Yeah,
all that
nice.
stuff.
Yeah.
I do have scuds. A lot of my breeding tanks that are over here on this side of me, they all have scuds. I mean, I'll pull plants, and scuds are part of what's in there. Even though I have shrimp, so I know a lot of people say that you can't keep scuds and shrimps. Well, I guess you can't if your sole purpose is to breed shrimp. Then I guess there's an issue because it will eat a lot of the little shrimplets. But because I just have shrimp because one, they're cool. Two, they help me, keep a ecosystem in the aquarium because they help me break down the waste.
Yes.
And when I guess I'm treating them that way, there's a balance. There's scuds, but they're not. Neither one of them is like taking over the aquarium. There seems to be like a balance in almost most of those aquariums where not one species is the dominant species. So it's working. It's working, and if it's working, don't fix it.
Yeah. I just have a hard time trying to keep the right fish in there at the right, and then I have losses here and there to keep those ecosystems going right before the scuds take over sometimes. Anyway, I was rambling on about something.
No, that's fine. So it's I'm supposing you're in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Because of the people you've mentioned, I know they're all people that are up in that area. Now, are
Yeah.
you originally from there, or did you
No,
have?
California originally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I moved around when I was a kid, and Navy brat.
Oh, okay. Were you in
Go
the service
Navy.
yourself?
Yeah, go Navy. Yeah, after my dad. It's really he's my stepdad, but he's my dad. You know,
Yeah.
dad I know. Yeah. So yeah, when mom met dad back in California back when I was a little boy, but and we moved around. Ended up moving to Mississippi for a little bit too, and that's where I joined too.
Okay.
So after right out of high school, so
Well,
that was awesome. I
well,
had a
thank you
great
for
time.
your service.
Oh, man, well, thank you. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I was a machinist mate. I worked in the engine room, so that was an amazing job. I love that job. Loved
So
it.
how many years did you do?
4.
Oh, okay. You just did one term.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Keith is also ex Navy, I think.
yeah. He is. He is. Thank you. Is he still here?
Hmm.
I'm sure he knows. Thank him for his service. Thank you for your service, my bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've met before, but he was busy, man. He's got he was doing the booth when we met at the Clash, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. So
so you go to a lot of the events up in your area?
no, it's hard because like I was telling you, I'm a stay at home dad, so I I gotta make plans like way ahead of time to try to go somewhere. Yeah, so um, no, but I would love to do a lot more. The Clash was probably something I love to do again, if possible. But I don't know how that's gonna work because I guess I'm kind of lazy. I guess trying to figure out what I need to do to get all the stuff together
Okay.
to go. But um, doing the rooms and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
also, family comes first, so we go day by day. And I don't know if I'm gonna have the money for it. That's all. Anyway,
No.
just saying stuff.
No, it's fine. That's what we're doing here. We're just saying stuff.
Are you gonna go to the Clash?
You know what? I have to. I have to really
Yeah.
get my stuff together, and it's time. I think it's time that I go out there. I definitely after you know what? I was so jealous. I was so jealous to see everybody having a good time gathered after one of the nights where they were, gathered around playing music, hanging out. I saw that. I was like, man, I need to be part of that.
Yeah, and I don't remember what it took. I don't remember what you would need in order to do all the events there, but I definitely wanted to do that. I wanted to go and do all the events they had,
Yeah,
all the
I'm
adult back stuff they had they had some back rooms with just the adults.
yeah. Yeah, no, to me what it is, I guess people have figured it out. I'm kind of a real social person, and I love hanging out with people. I love talking to people, and to me that's always been the interest of these events. I know there's a lot of information, a lot of education going out there. There's some really good talks. But to me, what I look forward to is the hangout. I'm looking forward to meeting some of the people that I've interacted with over the couple of years that I've been doing this. And so that's one of the things that I am looking so much forward to is, I want to be able to go out and hang out. Except I didn't realize how expensive the hotels were out there. It's like $200 a night or something like that. So you add that to the flight. Yeah, I think I was working it out. I think it's almost like $800 just for myself, for flight, for
Hmm.
tickets for flight and staying at the hotel. I was looking at the option of maybe an Airbnb, but probably have to rent a car too. So I got to work those numbers out because at the end of the day, it might be the same cost if I just stay at the damn hotel.
Well, I'm just throwing this out here, though. You could fly up here. I got the van, and we can cargo all this stuff over there. So, and I was planning on getting an Airbnb also
Oh,
already.
okay.
My wife was already looking into all that.
Nice. How far is where you're staying at to the Clash?
Oh my goodness, what heck? I don't even remember because we went up over through Michigan and back down.
Oh, okay.
I don't actually know how many hours it would take. 15, 16.
Oh, okay. It's still quite the drive.
Yeah.
I looked at it just out of curiosity because I've never driven that far. The furthest I've driven to this date is all the way to Houston, from basically from California to Houston.
Yeah.
And
Done that.
that was a drive.
Mhm.
But I haven't been further east as far as driving is concerned, past the Houston area. But I looked at it and I was like, wow, I think it was like almost 3 days of driving just to get all the way up there. So that would mean that I would have to almost take 2 weeks of vacation just to be able to stay up there for those 4 days if I decided to drive, which would be really cool because it allows me, one, to see part of the country that I've never visited. And then if you do something like with Kenny E did, where he did a cross country drive and he ended up stopping at some of the content creators' houses and they
Yes.
like, oh, that would be so awesome too to do something like that.
Yeah.
But that would take a lot of coordination and a lot of willing participants to agree to, take up some of their time and visit their place as you're driving through. But I mean, it can be done. It's been done. So, but that's always something out there. But no, next year I definitely want to go. I made the mistake last year, or yeah, this year, when they were doing the Christmas giveaways, the Fish Fam Christmas.
No.
I actually was the winner of a couple of tickets, but I made the stupid assumption that the event was happening in February. And when I won the tickets was like December, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get the days off from work and be able to have enough money to go. Only to find out like a couple of weeks, no, a couple of days later that it wasn't until October. I wanted to kick myself so hard for letting those go. But yeah, it is what it is. It just, to me, it means that it wasn't the time.
I'm gonna rub it in because it was awesome.
I know
No,
it was.
you deserve to be there. You're gonna be there, I'm sure. But no, I get what you're saying about that. The meeting the people was. I knew that there were going to be some lectures, about fish. Man, I was excited about that, and it was better than what I expected. But then meeting also some of the folks that we were able to meet. Man, I just want to go have some fun. That's what I wanted to do, is meet people. I have a lot more time to just meet people and have a couple of days before and a couple of days after the event, if possible.
Yeah, that's my. If I go, I would definitely like to go before the event starts because the previous night would be like a cool hangout. And there's just so many people that you would get to meet that, I would love to be able to sit down with just, whoever I spend with. I don't want to just say hi, bye. I want to sit down and hang out. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to be there early and leave late. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. And just the hanging out, helping people set up the day before the event. And I think all of that would be that's the stuff that I know personally, because I know who I am, that I would enjoy the most. The show would be good. But I get the feeling the show is pretty much like a big version of a fish club meeting. Just I'm not, it's just that's the way I envision it. But the attraction to me is definitely the hangout with everybody. That to me is worth a trip itself.
You're right about that.
Did you go? You went?
I did. I got to go. Thanks to Peplin and Roxanne. So that was pretty awesome. We rode together.
Oh, nice.
And drove to their house, and we rode over there, and I met her family on our way over because we went through Michigan and came back down, and crossed over to Morgantown. But it almost sounds like a song there.
Yeah, it does, huh? A folk song.
Man, it was a wonderful trip. I did, but that's how I got to go with them. So I don't know what happened backstage and what they did, but thanks to them, I did get to go. So
yeah, and I think also Jeff Kane's out there in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is.
So man, you got quite a bit of people that are. Well, no, Wisconsin is a big state. It looks deceiving how big it really is to be able to get around Wisconsin. But there's are there's what, like 2 or 3 major cities where most of the population lives, or is it all spread out to? Because I know, like in Arizona, for example, there's basically three large cities, and I laugh when I say three, because in reality it's Phoenix, or the Phoenix metro area. There's Tucson, and then Yuma. But Yuma is nowhere near as big as any of those two. Those cities are all over 1 million plus inhabitants. Where down here in Yuma, we're lucky we have 100,000.
Yeah. We have Madison, Green Bay, and Milwaukee.
Okay.
Milwaukee, something like that.
The
Something's
70s.
pronounced. Something's pronounced something like that. I think somebody told me. It's Milwaukee. Come on, Fiona. You got to go potty, honey? No? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be a Native American word, right?
It is. Yeah, Yeah,
And
a lot of that here.
is the Harley Davidson plant still there, or is that no longer in?
You know
in
what? I think
Wisconsin?
it had recently moved within the past 9 months.
Oh, wow.
It was right off the highway, right over here by where I live in Sheboygan. So, yeah, it was right off the highway, right next to Rocky Rococo's, or is it Rocky? I forgot in Italian. The CC is it Go or something like that, or Cho? I forget which one. No, the C is Cho and the double C is Go, right? Rocky Rococo. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's right next to it. But yeah, that's gone.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm pushing buttons.
Who all is there? I can't see who's there. Is anybody there? Anybody saying
You can go to
anything?
the comments. Yeah. Let me. Well,
Can I go to the comments?
Yeah. There, if you look on your screen, there's all the way up in your right hand side.
Comments.
There's some little icons. One will say comments,
okay.
banners, brands,
Okay.
and I think private chat. I don't know if you have the brand one though.
No, yeah.
But if you hit on the comments, you'll start being able to see them like you do on YouTube.
Oh, well, hello everybody. And it's like kind of late. Like how long we been doing this for? 30 minutes. Oh, thanks a lot, Fishion. Thanks for yeah.
So let me say some hellos since we're at this point.
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to say Jeff King, thank you so much for being here. Aquarium Delirium, Mel.
Jeff.
I know he's staying up late just for this, so
Jeff.
he was getting ready to go to bed. Thank you, Mel, for hanging out. Sketty Nona, Sarah, thank you so much.
Hey, loves.
And let's see, we also have Adam McReynolds. Thank you, sir, for being here.
Yo, Adam. Yeah, I remember Adam. I gotta
Red Laser, Wi-Fi.
Red Laser.
Let's see, going down. June, Only Oscars is here. Thank you so much. The Bud Files. Thank you for joining us. Coral Aquatic Reef. Thank you so much. Linda Worth. Thank you. Be Wizzle, the degenerate fish keeper. Brandon, thank you for being here. Danny Aquatics, thank you, sir.
Everybody, hello.
Let's see, who else? Oh, Shamu Aquariums, thank you so much, sir. Mandy, the Zen Ginger, thank you for joining us tonight. Ian Aquarium Magic, I think he already went to bed, but thank you so much for being here. KGE Aquatics, Keith, thank you, sir. Aquafunk, I know he was hanging around, but I don't know if he's still here. Happy birthday, Funk.
Happy birthday.
Big Steve A&E. I think he's out of Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you for joining us. And I think he's prior service too. I'm not 100%.
Comrade.
Let's see. And Audra Myers, thank you so much for joining us. And Vinosky, thank you. I think I'm almost.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, Stephen P. He's thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh yeah, thank you, everyone.
Let's see.
That's a big turnout.
Jeff Plenum, Pelham, Plenum. Palhab.
Thanks
Jeff,
to
thank you
you.
so much, sir. Let's see. Geek Boy, Charles, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, Geek Boy's awesome.
Oh, we have also Eddie, Vibes Aquatics, Mr. Vibes.
Bye vibes.
And man, you weren't kidding. We have a lot of people here tonight.
Yeah, that's a great turnout. I know they came to see you, not me.
Oh no, they always come for my guest. And Coral Works, thank you.
Heck no, you ain't come for this boring there, dude.
Ian Atkins, Natural Aquariums is also here.
Sup,
Thank you so
Atkins?
much, sir. And I know this was kind of like last minute, John. Thanks for joining us tonight. And Matt Fish, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Back to the chat.
Wow, man,
Storm
chat's going.
Riders. Silver
The chat
Creek.
is going. Is really interactive tonight. Tommy, Silver Creek Aquatics. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Hopefully, I haven't skipped over anybody. Leo, 209 Aquatics. Thank you, sir. And Matt Gray. Hey, Matt. Thanks for being here. He was my last guest.
Steady.
We were talking about editing and.
Hey, the Zen Ginger. Hey, honey.
And of course, we can't forget Melvin, Storm Riders, Legacy. Jay, the Nano Aquarium guy. Thank you, sir. Wow. There's a lot of people here. A lot more than I realized. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
This is incredible. And there's still people that I haven't mentioned because they're not in the chat. There's supposedly like 34 people watching this.
Well, that's like, pretty awesome.
That's like the most I've ever had.
They're lurking like me. They're doing exactly what I do. That's most of the time that happens to me. I try to listen, and then I forget that my phone is there, and I leave it, and then it just So.
And I also I want to say thank you to Aqua Garden Sen and Laro. Laro's she's a hobbyist here in Yuma too, and
oh, nice.
Her and another friend of mine. They're both friends now. They want me to start a fish club out here. I was like, I don't know.
¿Por qué no? Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. You need
I
time.
know. It's the reality is it's a lot of work and trying to figure stuff out, and we'll try it. I mean, it'd be cool, but I also kind of enjoy driving.
Be Whizzle.
Yeah. Oh shoot. He did
nice, bro. Thanks.
He gifted a membership. Thank you very much.
Sure.
So hopefully I didn't miss anybody. I'm gonna feel bad now that I went through all this. Oh, Sandy, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And
that's why they're awesome. They just continue going. They're just, hey man, they appreciate you.
I think I got everybody, and if I didn't, I'm so sorry if I missed you. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight. As you guys well know, this is Fernando from Fishion Tanktics, and we're just getting to know Fernando a little bit. So what's the I know you're keeping all those aquariums, but are you just keeping them because you really enjoy them, or are you planning to eventually get into breeding, or what's your goal with them?
Can you see me while I'm
yes.
Okay. Yes. All right, because I'm in the comments. I'm like, I can't see. I don't know. Yeah, so essentially I'm just keeping them because I love looking at them the way they are. And also, I had acquired some through, Hippie John also. So I'm just trying to make them work with what I have. But really, essentially, I'm trying to keep them and just make sure that they're thriving. But, that's just my goal for them. Right now, there's just a lot going on where I'm moving them around. And then I had some losses, we all do. And fortunately, I had like a couple of losses happen, simultaneously. And so tanks are being moved around. But I want what I want with my tanks is just that they make me happy. That's it. I needed these because they help me with my anxiety, and that's it. Nobody wants to hear any all the extra details, but essentially they just help me, with my anxiety, and help me relax. And I love just staring at the nonsense and the chaos of what I have going on. But a lot of my tanks, what I have deep substrate in
Okay.
some of these. So this is one of my one of my oldest tanks too, and this thing is like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
pretty deep, and it's been through the years. I add layers, so a lot of my tanks that I have like that, I'm just slowly adding layers, kind of like what nature does. So when it like if it rains outside, I'll add some rainwater in there, just kind of drizzle a little bit in there, and then I'll put some sand and I'll sift stuff around or move stuff around. But it seems to work for me. I
So
don't know.
are you? It seems to me like a lot of those aquariums are you're not running like a mechanical filter. It's all biological.
So they could, but I have no. I have a hang on the back a filter here. It's a
Okay.
corner one. Uh, Also, a sponge in the back.
Oh, okay.
So I have just a small pump on this one, and I do have a pump on my. Man, I don't even know if you guys can even see. I'm just running all over the place. This is the flagfish tank, and I just recently put an aerator in that.
Yeah,
So I
but it's
just
just an
added.
aerator, right? It's not. It doesn't. All the filtration is biological in that one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm finding out. Like with the 10 gallons and the 20 gallons, it's real easy to go that route with those aquariums. You know, most of mine, the only reason they're running any air in them now really is not so much for the filtration part of it, but actually just the aeration. Getting air, water movement in there, especially during the summer because it gets real hot in here, and the oxygen levels tend to deplete themselves when the temperature gets real hard. So I like to have a lot of air in the aquarium. But yeah, most of these are just biological filtration.
I love that. Makes it a little bit easier.
Well, especially because I do run substrate on all my aquariums, even my breeding tanks, which is I know it's
It's easier.
a little bit more pain in the butt, but I feel that all that extra microfauna that's in there really does help the fry. So that's why I do it.
You have lots of plants in all your tanks usually. Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yes,
right.
they're for the
Yeah.
most part they're all heavily planted, but again, it's all real simple stuff. I have a lot of hornwort, a lot of guppy grass, jungle veil. You know, just there's a 10-gallon tank where I have my gambusia. I can't even see them because the jungle veil just took over that aquarium. It is just completely full, and it's all folded over the top. I pull out the plants, and they're easily about 24 inches long, but they're all in a imagine plants that tall in a 24-gallon. I mean, in a 10-gallon aquarium. Everything's just kind of corkscrewed in there, and it's green as hell too. It's not dying, but I do have a very thick substrate in that, and I do have dirt in it, so it's
Look,
doing good.
let me show you, since you pretty much exactly say what I have here. This is another 10-gallon tank that I have. This is one of the ones in the window. This is a dirty one I did a couple of years ago. And so this jungle valve that I have, it used to be large, like really, the really thick stuff, but I
Yeah.
cut it so much that, I mean, essentially it just turned to like pygmy jungle valve. And this is a 10-gallon tank, so this is, I don't even know if I'm even doing this right, but yeah, I mean, that's crazy. But that was all just large jungle valve, and then just kept on cutting it and trimming it, and boy, it's tiny. I
I
don't know, that did that happen to yours at all anywhere?
the one I used to cut it and it would always grow back. And then there's the one where I have the pleco grow out. It's a 55-gallon tank.
Oh,
But
I
it's
love
just a
that. I love
different
that.
profile. It's a little bit deeper. It's like 16 inches deep, and it's not as tall like the regular traditional 55s, but it's still 48 inches. And on that one, it would always grow to the top, and it would curl over. And I used to be able to trim it, and it would grow back out. Well, this year, right before we started going into summer down here, and all these are in my garage. Um, I trimmed it back, and then the temperature changed and it got real warm, and I was running my aquariums in the mid 80s. And I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but it didn't bounce back until now that the weather is cooler. All the new runners are long. So it's a weird combination. The backside of it's reversed. All the backside where I used to have the tall jungle veil right now is kind of like dwarfs Sagittarius Sagittarius dwarf Sag. It kind of looks like that, but I know it's Val. It's not dwarf Sag. All the back and in the front where you're getting the new runners, it's all jungle Val.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if. Oh shoot! I have Fry in there now.
It's trying to. Oh, the nice. It's trying to tell you, wants you to flip the tank around.
Yeah, probably. I got to rotate it, and I'm rotating that thing. That sucker is heavy and it's thick too with substrate.
Oh man!
So that means that's a whole. If I got to move these tanks, it's a complete teardown. There's no way I'm going to be able to
hey, girl,
without damaging the aquarium. It's too much weight to try to move them the way they are. But yeah, it's so that's the first time I've had it where I've experienced that, where jungle veil cutting it, it didn't come back. It stayed short, kind of like what you were experiencing, and the new runners, now that the weather's cooled off a little bit, are starting to get real long. So it's interesting. I never experienced that. So I don't know if it was because of when I did it. You know how like when you prune stuff and depending on what time of the season.
Oh yeah.
If it affects it or not. So
¿Sabes qué? The temperature, right? Or maybe that doesn't. I mean, we have it too warm. They like it cool. Like it cool, buddy.
Well, somebody was telling me they actually that jungle veil thrives in hot temperature. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. I just know that it does good in my fish room. And it all you need to do is plant a little couple of rosettes in the back or whatever, and it makes you look like you know what you're doing.
I was just saying that thing about the jungle while being cool, just in the cool water, just to be funny. It's not a scientific thing. I just said.
Yeah, I don't.
That's not true.
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, I'm.
Hey, come! I don't know what just happened.
Oh, you hit the back button. Hey, so who else has been coming in here? I know my numbers have gone up. That's why I know. Let me see. Sal, hey, how you doing, Sal? Let's see. Jay, I think I already said hi to you, John. Well, anyways, I'll wait till Fernando to get back on. So, but yeah. Aquaballs, thank you for joining us tonight. So he's coming in. There he is.
Really don't know what happened. So.
Yeah, you probably hit the back button instead of it's weird on the phone app. I do it all the time.
I did hit the back button.
Yeah, you can't hit the back button. You got to hit. There's a different area you hit it on the app so that it gets you back instead of kicking you all the way out. Hey Emma, thank you for joining us.
Hey thanks for joining us.
Emma, do you know whatever happened to Friday Night Lives on Instagram? They haven't been going on for the last couple of nights, and I thought they were going to be doing something this weekend, but I guess not. That's it's one of the live streams that would happen on a regular basis on Instagram.
Okay. You need to go potty? Why are you telling me to go to the door? It's so crazy. My puppy's trying to tell me she needed to go potty. Now she doesn't want to go.
It's too cold outside.
Yeah. Actually, her when we got her from I don't know how you want to say it. Well, a Mennonite farm, a farm where there were Mennonites, but yeah, and so she was used to the cold and she loves just going outside and just sitting. I was like, man, you need to bring yourself back inside this house. Oh, time to hey, I'm gonna have to let y'all go. Hey, Mexicali, thank you for your time.
All right, no problem. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hey, thank you everyone for showing up and spending your time here. It is so highly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Can't really show you, but Mexicali, I know for him too. It's amazing. Thank you for your time. Peace. The baby's awake, and love you guys. Have a blessed day. Okay.
Gotta go do that things. Understood.
All right. Good night.
Take it easy. Good night. All right. Well, I just want to say, I guess thanks to everybody that showed up tonight. I wasn't expecting. This is by far the most people I've had in a live stream, which is kind of cool. I don't think I've had that many before. And I wasn't. It was interesting because I wasn't expecting a lot of people because I know this was like a last minute drop. Me and Fernando had been going back and forth trying to find the right time. As a matter of fact, he had asked me for availability and stuff like that, and it was kind of like a last minute. This morning, he finally said, "I can go today, and these are the hours." So as soon as he gave me some time, I was able to put it out. So that's why it was kind of like last minute. But I want to say thank you so much for coming out, especially on what is it, Friday or Saturday night? I'm all confused because I'm working graveyards. Yeah, it's Saturday night. Yeah, no, Saturday night. What are you guys all doing hanging out with me? Especially this time of the year, we have posadas to go to. Um, those are the parties, the pre-parties to the Christmas party. But yeah, so well, I don't have anything else for you guys other than I want to say thank you. This is not the last stream for the year yet, so I don't have a whole lot of goodbyes to say yet, and thank yous. Well, I do. I could always say thank you, and I want to say thank you for all of you guys that have taken the time to join me. I was trying to simulcast to Instagram because I just got the alert either yesterday or today that that's a new thing that we're going to be able to do with StreamYard. And since I do have a pretty good size following on Instagram, well, I kind of wanted to take advantage of that. And you guys have all known that I've been trying to bridge the gap between both of the platforms, trying to convince people to come over and trying to get you guys to go over there and check out the community over there. So I thought that was like a great opportunity to do that. The only problem that I ran into is I was able to do it, but I couldn't get rid of the echo because there's a way where you're supposed to turn down the volume on the Instagram, and I couldn't find the volume button on it. So I ended up just canceling it because I didn't want to spend all stream doing that. I'll probably try it tomorrow once I get up from when I come back from my graveyard shift and I sleep a little bit. I'll probably just do a pop-up for a test. So if you see me, that's really what it is. I'm just trying to test that out because I get it on Monday. I do have Raul from Raul Aquatics and Reptiles, and I want to be able to do that because he has a lot of followers on Instagram. So, that way he can be available for the people that follow him too. So, with that being said, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and thanks for joining me. And we'll see you for sure on Monday, maybe tomorrow. So you guys take care. Thank you.